For the past year, or maybe even a couple years, I've been working on combining my living room with a home studio and having them both be functional as a living room and a home studio. Because the living room is the biggest room in my house, that's the main reason I thought, well, I'll try and do it with the living room first. But it presented some challenges actually having a living room still, and I'm limited on room and space like a lot of people are in a home studio. So over the years I've tried different things and started to kind of tweak it to be the best for the workflow and still be able to use it as a living room and kind of get the best of both worlds out of it. I think I've reached sort of a standstill point at it, and this is about as efficient for what I'm doing as I could get it. And again, this is what works with my workflow the best. It's just to give you some ideas of what might work or not work for you, what might help or be good or bad. The biggest difference between what I have, which I'll get into a bit later, is I don't have like a traditional mixing setup. The gist of my setup is to have my TV and entertainment stuff right here and be able to double the monitors as television speakers as well, but then be able to use it in a studio too. So what I found that I do mostly is the couch is right here. The camera is actually behind it. The couch is right here. So I can sit right here and watch TV. But when I'm ready to work on a song, I have my rack here, and I normally just kind of drag it and just get it right where I need it. That makes it a little bit of a hassle, but it's about at the best I could get the setup without just turning the whole room into a home studio and not even having a living room. Minimal as far as the amount of keyboards and tools I use, but I connected up with the laptop with Ableton Live, and I have a lot of different virtual instruments that my keyboards are plugged into. And then this just runs to this small little mixer that I have there, which kind of keeps everything running through the monitors. So the TV's running through it, as well as this setup when I need it. So I hook that up. Then on here I have some drum pads to play with. I've got a micro keyboard. I've got a bigger keyboard. I have audio running from this keyboard as well as MIDI, so I can use any of the internal chord sounds, or I can use this as a MIDI controller to control the virtual instruments on the laptop. I track on this. I use my monitors as tracking monitors as well, and I kind of mix things roughly as I'm producing, so I'm getting a rough mix as I'm going. A lot of it is virtual instruments, so they're a little bit cleaner and often easier to mix. And then as I get closer to the end of my song, I still do everything right here and just continue the mix right here at this station. I used to use this computer more for recording. Now I use it sometimes. It's just over in the corner here. And I use it as a tracking computer as needed. I just try and keep that Zoom H5 right there as a convenience thing, and I can just plug mics into it if I want, or however I want to do it. If I'm recording a video, a lot of times it's just for practice footage to get clear audio, and I can run a line out, 1/8 inch line out right from the other side of here directly into my camera, so then I feed it direct audio instead of having the camera mic audio. So as far as the room acoustics go, I just have these big bass traps. Some of them refer to them as super chunk bass traps. That's basically what they are. Big Roxul made insulation, safe and sound with fabric covered up. I have a video on how to build those. I can send you a link to them. Then I've got these acoustic panels, do it yourself as well, on the walls. So each wall's got a couple of those, couple there, a couple there. I have several, 4 to be exact, acoustic panels like this one that I can just move around where I need it. I put a piece of wood on the back and can put a microphone stand inserted into there to be able to move them around and relocate them if I'm tracking. When I first set things up, all the cables were just moved in a box and they were all so tangled up. So I went and got some hooks, and I only keep one cable per hook so they don't get tangled up. They may look like this one's in a bunch of whatever, but it's one per hook. I can grab it. There it is. Over here is just a small shelving unit where I basically just try and keep things divided out by shelf. So microphone stuff is all on one shelf, and then I have video stuff on another shelf, and some literature and that type of thing. But that's just a quick grab way for me to be able to grab a tool I need, know where it's at, and keep things organized. This has been great for just messing around, having it right there. I liked the fact that when I got home, walk in the living room, everything is there and ready to go. And that was the concept and my idea for it, was just to expose myself to the studio gear and equipment and anything that would encourage me to play music and get going on the creative process as easily as possible. So I figured, well, I'll just combine it with my living room. And it worked pretty well, but a lot of times I don't really know what's best for me until I try a number of different things. So now I'm going to try and take the acoustics, all the different things, probably here soon. I'm still like making a final decision on it, but I think I'm going to move it into a smaller room, which will be a disadvantage. The room is actually like 11 by 11. So that's not ideal at all. But I think with the acoustic treatment, I think it'll be okay. I guess we'll see. And then the ability just to have one room dedicated to the music stuff, I think will be a good experience. So I'll find out down the road which one I like better. And also I think maybe you're the same, but switching things up just helps my creative flow a lot of times. So like this, there's a point where I was like, this is perfect, this is going to stay this way. But after a while, it's just like you get that itch. You just want to try something different. Anyway, I'm done rambling. Thanks for watching. Hope this taught you something. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. And as always, have an awesome day.